let's talk about growth, the real kind. Not just more jobs, not just more chaos. I mean, buying new trucks, replacing aging equipment, upgrading systems, all the stuff that takes money and adds muscle to your business. But here's the question. Are you funding that growth with cash or with your next debt problem? Because if every tool, trailer, and tablet has to go on a payment plan, you're not scaling, you're stacking liabilities. That's where the CapEx ratio comes in. So what is the CapEx ratio? It's calculated by taking your operating cash flow and dividing it by your capital expenditures. So let me break it down a little bit. So what is operating cash flow? That is the cash your business actually generates from doing work. And then what is capital expenditures, or CapEx? Well, that is the money you spend on long-term assets like trucks, tools, software, buildings, stuff that lasts more than a year. So if you're generating $300,000 in operating cash flow and you spend $150,000 on CapEx, well, that's $300,000 divided by $150,000, that's 2.0. That's solid. You earn double what you spent. You're not financing growth, you're funding it. But if you're bringing in $150,000 and spending $200,000, that's a ratio of 0.75. Translation, you're borrowing to grow. So why does that matter? Because too many contractors confuse buying stuff with building a business. New truck, that's not growth if the old one still runs and the new payment kills your margin. Skid steer on a 5-year note, that's not leverage, it's a leash. If your business can't afford to upgrade itself with its own cash, it's not ready to grow. So what is a healthy CapEx ratio? Well, if it's above 1.5, that's excellent. You're generating enough cash to invest and still breathe. If it's between 1.0 and 1.49, well, that's acceptable, but track it closely. But if you're between 0.75 and 0.99, you're skating. A hiccup in cash flow and you're short. Get below 0.75, well, you're borrowing for basic survival, and that's dangerous. So let me tell you a real contractor wake-up call. One client of mine, let's call him Jason, was doing $3 million a year. Good margins, good team, but he kept saying, Wade, I feel like we're always tight on cash. So we ran the CapEx ratio. Operating cash flow, $240,000. CapEx spend last year, $275,000. That's a ratio of 0.87. He was growing faster than his cash could support. Replacing trucks, buying new lifts, expanding his office. But he was doing it on debt, and he didn't even realize it. So what did we do? We slowed it down. We prioritized return on investments on heavy purchases. We let the business catch up. 12 months later, his CapEx ratio was 1.8. He had more growth, less stress, and no new loans. So here's how to use it. Number one, I would say track it annually at minimum. Look at the last 12 months of operating cash flow versus what you spent on CapEx in the prior year. Number two, capital expenditures should be strategic, not emotional. Ask, will this make us more money or just look good on Instagram? Number three, avoid CapEx spikes without planning. Don't drop $200,000 in fourth quarter because your taxes are high. Think cash flow first. Number four, use ratios like these to justify timing. If CapEx is rising, but cash flow isn't, hit pause. And finally, number five, bake it into your forecasting. If you know you need a new machine in 6 months, plan now, not when the old one dies. So here's the final word. CapEx is the lifeblood of long-term growth, but only if your business can afford it. Because nothing will strangle a profitable contractor faster than constant debt for things that should have been funded by profit. So run the ratio, ask the question, is my business strong enough to invest in itself? Or am I just renting growth until the next payment's late? If you don't know the answer, you're not ready to grow. You're just dressed up like it.